In the bleak, dust-choked years of the mid-1930s, commercial delivery trucks were built to be ugly, slow, and brutal workhorses. They were heavy iron boxes designed to carry cargo, completely devoid of style or soul. But in 1936, one rogue automotive company decided to commit a beautiful act of engineering madness. They took the heavy-duty utility of a commercial van and fused it with the sleek, breathtaking elegance of an Art Deco luxury cruiser. The result was the 1936 Hudson Terraplane Delivery van, a machine so jaw-droppingly gorgeous it looked like a rolling piece of fine art, yet it hid a dangerous, high-horsepower racing soul that could easily outrun the police. It became an instant legend on the streets, highly coveted by honest business owners and feared by law enforcement. Yet today, if you look across the entire globe, finding a genuine surviving example of this machine is statistically close to impossible. It didn't just quietly fade out of production, it virtually vanished from the face of the earth, as if it were intentionally systematically erased. Did a brutal historical disaster destroy them all? Or is one priceless survivor still waiting to be found alive? To truly appreciate this vanishing act, we have to look closely at the company that dared to build it. In the 1930s, the Hudson Motor Car Company was fighting for its life during the height of the Great Depression. To survive, they launched a radical new brand called the Terraplane. The goal was simple: build lightweight, affordable vehicles that packed an unbelievable punch. But while most manufacturers focused solely on family sedans, Hudson saw an untapped market in the commercial sector. They didn't just slap a boxy truck bed onto a frame. Instead, they handed the blueprints to their top luxury designers, infusing the commercial lineup with the absolute peak of the Art Deco movement. When the 1936 panel delivery rolled out, it stunned the industry. It featured sweeping, deeply sculpted pontoon fenders, a bold, cascading chrome grille, and bullet-shaped headlights that made it look like a high-speed locomotive, even when sitting dead still. It was built directly onto a premium passenger car chassis, meaning business owners weren't just getting a utilitarian hauler. They were getting sports car handling, an ultra-smooth independent front suspension, and a gorgeous rolling billboard that instantly elevated the status of any business name painted on its side. It was a golden-era masterclass in combining blue-collar utility with white-collar sophistication. But underneath that glamorous, high-end styling lay a hidden mechanical secret that would quickly catch the attention of a much more dangerous crowd. What made the 1936 Terraplane Delivery van truly legendary wasn't just its jaw-dropping Art Deco sheet metal, it was the terrifying power hidden beneath the hood. At a time when standard commercial trucks were heavy, sluggish, and painfully slow, Hudson equipped this lightweight machine with their famed, high-compression inline-six engine. This power plant was a masterpiece of mechanical engineering, boasting an incredible power-to-weight ratio that caught the entire automotive world off guard. It was fast, dangerously fast. While the vehicle was officially marketed to upscale bakeries, florists, and dry cleaners who wanted to make rapid deliveries, it didn't take long for the criminal underworld to notice its extraordinary capabilities. During the public enemy era of the 1930s, notorious bank robbers and ruthless bootleggers were always on the hunt for the ultimate getaway vehicle. They needed something that could haul heavy, illegal cargo through midnight backroads without breaking a sweat. But more importantly, they needed a machine that could effortlessly leave the police in the dust. The Terraplane Delivery van was the perfect wolf in sheep's clothing. On the outside, it looked like a harmless local merchant vehicle delivering everyday goods. But under the right foot, it transformed into a high-speed rocket. It possessed a true racing soul masked by a commercial body, capable of out-handling and outrunning almost anything else on the road. This lethal combination of speed and utility cemented its reputation on the dark side of American history. But this very same reputation, combined with the brutal realities of the era, would soon set the stage for its complete and mysterious disappearance. If these magnificent machines were so highly praised for their style and unmatched performance, it raises a haunting question. Where did they all go? The answer lies in a perfect storm of economic brutality and global warfare. Unlike luxury passenger cars of the 1930s that were pampered in private garages, commercial panel vans were viewed strictly as disposable tools. They were driven relentlessly, day and night, packed to the absolute brim with heavy cargo, and subjected to the worst unpaved roads of the Depression era. Once a business ran a terraplane into the dirt and blew the engine, It wasn't preserved as a classic. It was simply towed to a dark corner of a junkyard and abandoned to rot. But the final, catastrophic blow came in the early 1940s. When World War II erupted, the American government faced a desperate, critical shortage of raw materials for the war effort. The military machine needed steel, iron, and chrome to build tanks, battleships, and fighter planes. Citizens were urged to sacrifice everything, and massive government-mandated scrap metal drives swept across the nation. Industrial scrapyards became slaughterhouses for automotive history. Thousands of rare, irreplaceable 1930s commercial vehicles, including nearly the entire production run of the 1936 Terraplane Delivery van, were ruthlessly tossed into industrial melting furnaces. Their beautiful Art Deco fenders and roaring engines were instantly transformed into munitions and armor plating. Because they were commercial workhorses rather than family keepsakes, almost no one thought to save them. Within a single decade, an entire generation of engineering genius was systematically wiped from existence, leaving automotive historians to believe that this legendary machine was entirely extinct. For over half a century, the automotive world accepted a grim reality. The 1936 Terraplane Delivery van was gone forever, a ghost lost to the fires of wartime scrap drives. But out in the remote American countryside, a different story was quietly unfolding. Against all mathematical odds, a single machine had managed to slip through the cracks of history. Decades after the war ended, rumors began to whisper through the classic car community about a colossal, collapsing barn hidden deep in the woods of a forgotten rural estate. When investigators finally cleared away the rotted timber and pulled back the thick, heavy canvas tarps that had rested undisturbed for decades, their flashlights caught the unmistakable glint of mid-1930s chrome. There, buried under layers of dust, cobwebs, and decades of forgotten history, sat an authentic, miraculously intact 1936 Terraplane Panel Delivery. It was the ultimate time capsule. The wood-framed cargo floor was still intact, the radical flowing fenders were remarkably free of catastrophic rust, and the legendary high-compression engine sat frozen in time exactly as it was when it was driven into the shadows generations ago. It had somehow bypassed the scrapyards, survived the global war, and escaped the destructive hands of time. This impossible discovery didn't just stun historians, it completely rewrote the ledger of automotive survival, proving that no matter how hard history tries to erase a masterpiece, a true work of art can always find a way to endure. Today, that miraculous survivor is no longer gathering dust in the dark corners of an abandoned barn. After undergoing a meticulous, multi-year restoration process by master craftsmen, this legendary machine now gleams under the intense spotlights of the world's most elite museum floors and high-end auction blocks. Valued at a staggering small fortune, it stands as a priceless rolling artifact, a physical monument to a brief, beautiful moment in time when a commercial utility vehicle could also be a breathless work of fine art. It reminds us of an era when designers refused to compromise on style, power, or soul, even when building a machine meant to deliver simple, everyday cargo. It is a triumphant victory over the scrap heaps of history, proving that true human genius can never be completely forgotten. If you found the survival story of this incredible 1936 Art Deco masterpiece fascinating, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Do you think modern delivery trucks have completely lost their soul compared to the legends of the 1930s? Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time as we uncover more of history's rarest automotive mysteries.